I'm going to be showing you how to replace these ugly reverse lights and turn signals. We'll start off by pulling these tabs here. There's one here on there still. Under these tabs will be 10s, 3 of them. We'll pull those. We'll come down here, try to get a view for you guys. You can hardly see it, but there's going to be a 10 there. It's not too bad to get to. We're going to take out this mud flap. There's going to be 2 screws plus 1 underneath. You can kind of pull the bumper and get to them without taking the wheels off. They might be tight if you've never removed them. Underneath, might not be able to see it. There's going to be a 10. Remove that. Repeat that process on the other side. Once we get the taillight housing removed, either remove the plugs or we can just twist them out for now. There's no need to remove the plugs if you don't want to. While you're here, both of our Z's, the marker lights have been burnt out and the brake lights are about to be burnt out. Might as well replace them while they're out. Just an idea. There's going to be a 10 or a Phillips here. You're going to need to remove that. And if you look back here, it's kind of hard to see. There's going to be a little plastic nut, kind of. You're going to have to spin a quarter turn with an 8mm, and that will pop right out for you. Just set this down while the process goes. Once you get all the bolts out, there's going to be 3 tabs in the center up top. Plus on the sides, there's going to be, we'll show you once the bumper's off, holes that match up on each side. Don't forget about that when you reassemble. Don't be afraid to give her a good pull to get her loose. And you might have to pull out a bit on the sides as you pull back. Here's what I'm talking about. This meets up in here. Remember that when you put it back together. Be careful with all of your harnesses here. They get a little bit tight. It's a lot easier with 2 people. Just an FYI. Of course it is doable with 1. And we'll get back to you once we get to wiring. Alright guys, so here's the wiring harness that's going to connect to your new marker light, and we're going to have the wires running up to the brake light and the marker light here. We're going to have 2 red and blues. We're going to splice into that for the marker light. You can go into either wire, that's fine. You're going to have a pink and blue, might kind of look orange and blue. That we're going to splice into for the brake light. We're going to cheat the system a little bit and use these bad boys here. You take a through wire and you can add in a second wire to it and then crimp it down and fold this over. You can go through and solder it, do it however you want. It's about that simple. We'll show it to you when it's all put together. Alright, so here we go. We have the blue spliced into the pink and blue. This is, as it's labeled, the brake light. And we have the red and blue to the green wire, which is for the running lights. We have the capacitor hooked up and ran. And, of course, the OE socket is attached. Figure out throw in. Don't forget when you're throwing it back together, make sure this is started in the bumper, and make sure you got these clips started then pop it in, go through, hit all of your screws again, reverse order, and you should be good to go. Make sure you test them before you hook them all up, and definitely do not power them up without those resistors hooked up, or you will mess up the LEDs. Perfect. Thank you. Here's my puppy. There's turn signal. And reverse is nice and bright. You want to throw it back in reverse quick? I think that'll kind of shine your way at night a little better than the OEM ones. Pretty sweet though. Thought I'd show you guys what the reverse lights are like, just in case you didn't think that they were gonna be bright. Yeah, check that out. Now you can actually see where you're going at night when you back up. The white LEDs look beautiful. The camera just does not quite capture them.